abundance. From pre-K to 12th grade is 14 years of going to school. And within the confines of those 14 years you go to school, you learn nothing about food, clothing, and shelter. You might have a home ec class, granted. You might have home ec. And they might teach you how to make a pizza. Okay, with the breads, the eggs, the milk, the cheese for the dough, and all this other stuff. But really think about it, man, because we know milk is allowed to have over 24,000 live bacteria. It's allowed to have over 750,000 somatic cells, a euphemism for pus. Okay, it's allowed to be pasteurized, process in which they use radiation to prolong the shelf life of that food, which means they're inducing it with the opportunity to create cancer. You'll be consuming cancerous, radiated pus. That's the milk. And then the eggs and the cheese, high in estrogen in addition to the milk. And then the flour is acidic. Because they're not telling you to use spelt flour, kamut flour, amaranth flour, tef flour. No, they have you using white bread. Okay, when it comes to food, if it ain't white, it ain't right. It's acidic and it's producing mucus. And the crazy thing about mucus, when you take an x-ray, you won't be able to see it because it's translucent. And so the mucus starts causing your cells to get clustered up, which creates an amalgamation of cells that in turn creates a malignant tumor, a conglomeration of cells. Okay, and then now your body has to create specialized cells to destroy those cells. So now there's a civil war taking place within your body. But this is not a health class right now. We went to school, we didn't learn about food, clothing, and shelter, but then when we graduate, we're supposed to be adults that are able to thrive in society, but we have problems with that. How about that? How about that? I hope you guys walking with me, just opening it up. I got some free game for you guys to help you guys make money, of course, and get you in a better situation. That's what this is about. Make sure you share this video. And again, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and phone number when you're ready to purchase our $2,000 service to help you get access to anywhere between 50 grand and 300 grand that you don't have to pay back, in addition to getting me as your mentor, where I could coach you and teach you how to amass wealth and grow the monies that you'll be receiving from the service that provides you those monies. You get a caseworker that will deal with your credit exclusively and immediately, and you also get the website where you can track your results and add notifications to your phone so you can be made abreast when we're sending out correspondences on your behalf and when we get responses back from those correspondences that we send to alleviate mundane questions that get asked. But make sure you share this video and let's build. Let's build. So food, clothing, and shelter is not taught in school. Home ec didn't really teach us about nutrition, alkalinity, acidity. Let's be for real. It didn't teach us about probiotics and prebiotics. Let's be for real. Clothing, we didn't really become seamstress in there. And even if you wasn't attempting to become a seamstress, we should have learned how to crochet. We should have learned how to sew. It should be mandatory to know how to sew and how to crochet in school for men and women alike. And shelter, we don't even know how to fill out a first-time homeowner's application. Okay? We don't understand credit, which is integral to the world of becoming a homeowner or even paying rent month to month for an apartment. We learn nothing about credit. Okay? We don't learn about tax equalization ratios, fair market values, assessed value. We don't learn nothing about these things. But we're expected to thrive as responsible adults in society. But why do you believe there's so much crime? Because yes, I can be approved of a $500,000 loan in the form of a mortgage, but I can't get approval of a $10,000 loan for my business. Why is it easier to get a loan in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I cannot afford? Subprime crisis, subprime lending, because they already did their advanced metrics to know that you can afford that home in X amount of time and then approve you of it so you could go into default. That's another conversation for another time. Make sure you share this video. Just want to show you the game is rigged. A lot of you have credit cards. Let's give you some information. You have the due date. All of you guys know about the due date when it comes to credit cards, right? You know, my billing cycle's coming. I got to get this due date right? So you got the due date, and then what else you got? You got the statement date. Now tell me about this statement date. So you should call your credit card company first and foremost, and you should be like, hello? Can you tell me the 2 dates that's on my credit card? Very important. Can you tell me, hello? Can you tell me the 2 dates that's on my credit card? And if they play funny with you, you know, I need to know the statement date and I need to know the due date. You know credit cards charge interest, right? Did you know that you can have a credit card and never have to pay interest as much as times as you use your credit card? Yeah, you can live interest free. You can use your credit card over and over and never have to pay interest the whole time. I don't make these things up. But the first thing you must know, because the statement date deals with the utilization ratio, okay? And what you're talking about is the interest-free opportunities that they have already for you. Most credit cards have interest-free opportunities, okay? But the statement date deals with the utilization ratio. And if you know your statement date, because you see, the due date is obviously you don't want to spend more than 36.6%. You don't want to owe more than 36.6% that of the amount of money allotted to you for credit. So per every $1,000, you don't want to spend more than $366.66. You don't want to have left over. When it's time for the due date, you don't want to owe more than $366.66. It's in your best interest to owe less than $366.66. That's why it's always good to have at least 2 credit cards. And when you get these 2 credit cards, you ask that these credit cards have a balance transfer option. And the reason you want a balance transfer option for your credit cards is so you can make sure what? You want to make sure that if you go in excess of 36.6%, that of the amount of credit allotted to you, you can allocate some of the excess amount of money you spent into the other credit card. So in other words, let's say I got $1,000 limit on my credit card and I managed to spend $400. Well, that $400 clearly is over the $366.66. That's the marker where my credit's definitely going to get hit significantly. So what I'm going to do is say, since I spent $400, I might allocate $200 into the other credit card. So that way I am less than the 36.6% on both credit cards. And in doing so, my credit score may even go up because I've exercised great judgment as a consumer. That means they know that you know something and you made a conscionable decision to protect yourself. It shows that you have care and concern about your credit, and you actually, on a couple of occasions, upon using your balance transfer option, that's why you got to ask for credit cards that have balance transfer options. You also want to make sure you have interest-free opportunities. They don't tell you this, but most credit cards have interest-free opportunities. You just double check anyway, but most of them have it. They don't tell you because then you'll want to know, so how do I pull it off? Of course, the whole hustle is about getting interest if you're the credit card company, so why would they go out their way to teach you? But anyway, point in case is you get a balance transfer option. Balance transfer option, right? And what you're going to do, you go to, can I save this live? Richie_Vegas 888. I'm definitely going to save the live for you. Okay. So first things first, get at least 2 credit cards and make sure they have balance transfer options. And if you go over 36.6% that of the amount of allotted credit, you want to allocate the amount of money that's less than 36.6% between the both cards. And even in doing that, exercising great judgment like that, especially in your first time or second time around, months in between, hopefully, that they'll say, oh, give this guy a little 15, 20 extra points or something, because that was a good move. That wasn't just a typical pass, that was behind the back pass. Okay, that was off the backboard, alley-oop type of thing. Give them some points for that. Let's give them a perfect 10. Let's give them 10 extra points, 15 points, 20 maybe. Okay, so that's one. Now, again, You're going to call your credit card company because you don't know that you have two different dates that impact you. Most of you only know about the due date. You don't know about the statement date and the due date. So you call them, and it's normally about 3-5 days apart. This is extremely important because you'll pay your credit card on time for the due date, and then you won't be on point for the statement date. And this is where we get impacted the worst, because you'll oh man, let me pay my credit card on time for the due date. Okay, great. Then a few days later, your statement date rolls in for your cycle, and the statement date doesn't deal necessarily with the percentage of the amount of credit that you owe at 36.6% or less. That's dealing with your utilization ratio. And if you time it right and you know your statement date and you make sure you do your spending immediately after your statement date, then you could avoid ever having to pay interest the whole time you have your credit card. If you time it out properly, you'll never have to pay interest no matter how much you use your credit card. That'd be great if you don't have to pay that high APR. The interest is where they're making their money. And accumulatively, I want to show you how to build your credit up where it doesn't have to cost you. So now you have a credit card whereby you don't have to pay interest no more. So now your credit card's working to your advantage. And then I'll help you get a smart credit card where you can turn off credit reporting, or a smart credit card where you don't get late fees or annual fees or foreign transaction fees. Now your credit card is an investment vehicle, if you understand what I'm saying. Because what's the difference between getting turned down for a $20,000 loan for your business, but being able to get a $30,000 credit card that doesn't give you late fees? See? So even if you can't get a business loan, even if you don't have a business and you want a loan so you can start a business, you can use a credit card to do so. And you can also make sure you spend with your credit card in such a way that you don't have to pay any interest. So now, if you get the credit card, that you can turn off late fees, or you could turn off credit card reporting, as well as you got the science of the statement date and the due date, where if there is an APR to be considered, or if you use the balance transfer option for one credit card that doesn't have those implications but the next credit card does, you use the balance transfer option. I would use it in reverse though. I would use the credit card with the implications, and then use the balance transfer option into the credit card that has no late fees. But anyway, there's just so much strategies on top of strategies on top of strategies. What I'm saying is, don't allow them to charge you when it's not necessary. One, don't allow them to use your ignorance, meaning the lack of knowledge, not necessarily you're a bad person. Stop being exploited on account of your lack of information. You walk with me? Stop being exploited. So we keep saying, man, they won't give us so much. But again, I'm going to tell you, they will give you a $500,000 mortgage, right? Never put the $500,000 in your hand. But you will work and accumulate real money to pay them every month, because mortgage is rent. And when you get that deed, right, you get a warranty deed or a tenancy deed. Like you're a tenant of your own property. You're still paying rent. You just call it mortgage. You just think you're better than the people in an apartment because your box is a lot larger. Pause. You walking with me? But the shit is fraud, because it becomes real money when it's dead. It was electronic money when you got it, and you never got to see it. Push of a button, yeah, you got approved for the loan. But let you start owing money towards that electronic money you never saw, that spiritual money, that ethereal money. Now it becomes real, because they want to see real fiat. They want to see those notes. See? Scam shit. You got to remember, this is the same system that you get accused of a crime. They'll give you a court-appointed attorney, a legal aid, and the legal aid gets paid more money if you make a plea, the legal aid gets paid more money if you make a plea than if the legal aid helps the charges get dismissed. If the legal aid helps prove your innocence and wins, the legal aid doesn't get no form of recompense for that. They don't get there's no concession onto the legal aid for doing a damn good job and saving another brother or sister from being another statistic in the prison industrial complex. No, to the contrary. If you get accused of a crime, 9 out of every 10 people that's accused of a crime generally take a plea. There's a number of reasons why. We could go into that in another stream, okay? Because a lot of people are under the impression if you take a plea, you must be guilty. But that's not the case. And if that, just think about it. 9 out of every 10 people you see in America, 9 out of 10 people, 9 out of every 10 people that's accused of a crime do a plea for guilty. That's because they deal with over sentencing. So they'll fuck around and give you 20, 30 years for some crazy shit. In the event shit don't go in your way, we're going to give you 20, 30, 40 years for this crime. But if you take the agreement, man, we give you about 2 or 3. Then you're going to have to roll the dice. I know I'm fucking innocent. Let me go to court and do this. Or you turn around and be like, let me take the 2 or 3 years because that 40 looking shady as shit. So it's a mind game. Okay, it's a mind game. And if people don't understand the system, then they get caught up. But the point in case that I'm making right now in this fraudulent, scammy system, because we always think brothers and sisters are scamming. But I want you to really take into consideration this. Highly take this into consideration. The legal aid gets paid more money. The legal aid gets paid more money if his client takes a plea. We're talking thousands of dollars. So let's say the legal aid is behind in his mortgage payments. The legal aid can say, man, I got 10 new people that the state assigned to me. Let's say the legal aid is getting paid $1,000 per each plea. You think he's going to be compelled to prove people's innocence after a while? The temptation's there. This is like the speed limit being 65, but every car that we purchase, there's not a speed limit for it. So in other words, most cars are doing about 120 up, 140 up. Have we been anywhere where the speed limit is 120 and upwards? No. But every car we purchase can go up to 120. Every car we purchase can go up to 120 or more miles per hour. But every speed limit probably won't go past 80 miles per hour, 75. The temptation's always there. So if a legal aid can get paid extra money for you pleading guilty, after a while when he or she is behind their bills and they get all these new black clients in here, the temptation is there to just hustle and convince everybody not to fight for their freedom. Walking with me? Now we could go into C-sections. Okay, the doctor is going to get paid more money for unnatural birth. So I'm going to tell you, there's a bunch of unnecessary C-sections. There's a bunch of women being cut open. See, there's a bunch of women being cut open unnecessarily on account of what? There's a workout thing going on, so everybody fit that's walking by. Yeah, but there's a bunch of women being cut open unnecessarily because doctors are getting about $20,000, $30,000 each unnecessary cut. Every time they cut a woman open, cut her by the belly, and conduct an unnatural birth, there's a $30,000 incentive there, a $20,000 incentive. So just imagine this. I want you to really imagine this. Just imagine that you're a doctor, and for an extra $30,000, and let's say on your per 20, you got 20 or more people you deal with on a month-to-month basis, and you know that every time you do an unnatural birth, you're gonna get an extra $20,000. The temptation is there to manipulate these uneducated black women and couples who don't know better. I mean, how you gonna argue with a doctor, huh? How you gonna argue with a doctor? If the doctor say you need to get your belly cut open, then you need to get your belly cut open. And then what you don't realize is there's a plasma field that baby has to go through from out the womb that they don't go through from the belly, which builds up, which gives them access. I'm going right now. I'm on the live stream. What's up?
If I wait any longer, I don't think I can get this.
But is this legitimate parking?
No, it's good. We're good.
All right, I'll pop out.
Yeah, let's go on.
Yeah, so what happens is there's a plasma field, a bacteria that the child goes through from out the womb that subjects them to the germs, microbes, bacteria, and viruses that the mother has had to endure to prepare them for this world that they're about to enter. So what you're going to find is a case in point. Here's a case in point. A lot of children that are born by way of C-section have skin disorders, eczema. Because again, when you come into planet Earth by way of the belly being cut open, you don't go through that plasma field that subjects you to the bacteria, which is information that baby gets to collect coming into this world by way of DNA, so that they don't have to bear the burdens of certain diseases or diseases or distress. Walking with me? It's wild shit, right? But, I'm here supposed to talk about the economics. So, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number. When you're ready to spend your $2,000 to get access, it's anywhere between 50 grand and 300 grand that you don't got to pay back. A mentor such as myself to coach and prepare you for funds that will be coming in. Okay, and also caseworker that's going to deal with your credit exclusively and immediately. The website where you can track your results. And also you can add notifications to your phone, which is important, because then that's your transparency. So anybody talking about dealing with credit, I don't know how many people deal with credit that actually give you a caseworker that deals with your credit exclusively and immediately gives you a mentor to prepare you for the funds that are coming in. In fact, gives you opportunity to get funds, because anybody that's repairing credit should run the themes of restoration of credit with getting funding. That's one of the major things that transpires when you get your credit fully restored. You're supposed to have funding. A lot of you talking about you got LLCs and all this and never got funding. I'm like, how have you never? I ask people all the time, have you ever seen $100,000 all at one shot? The average person, my average client never saw $100,000 at one shot. But tell me I got an LLC set up. What? You brothers and sisters is out here doing Uber and doing Lyft. There's money available to you. As an entrepreneur, private contractor, you should have at least 15 bands in your account by way of the 7202 form of the Family First Coronavirus Relief Act. Real talk. So you leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend the $2,000 to get access to anywhere between 50 grand to 300 grand. Flu flam work. All right, we flamming then. Highly flammable, huh? My man is super flamboyant. Flamboyant. Say less. But yeah, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Have fun.
Thank you. Power of the mind, huh? Hey, I have to take this. We should have. We gotta work. Yeah. We gotta go somewhere to cut. Hey, I'm gonna holler at you guys. I'm just. So y'all. Hey, we like on a part of planet Earth where everybody care about their body. Shit crazy, right? My nigga June. Yeah. Let's move around. Let me see over here real quick. This has got to be one of the most random things. I'm so damn random. Yeah. Giving you guys a little tour of some of the energy I'm on. Oh shit. So what y'all don't know is that I'm scared of midgets. So I just had a moment just now. No offense to the midgets out there, but I just had a moment. Hey June, we're gonna have to cook some of these guys. Hey, look,
Right. I'll pass you the calluses. I'm gonna give you a little baby back slap, okay? All right. Ready?
Hey, we about to cook some of these niggas. Hey, we gotta hit that. We gotta hit that bar. We gotta hit that bar. We gotta hit this bar, man. I ain't about to let them play with us. Oh, let me get over there with the bag on me. I got that in the water on my bag.
Man, come on, get that. That's that extra. That's that weighted Versace. Feel me? I would say weighted vest, but it's that weighted Versace on the body. Yeah, man. Good money. Good money, man. Clean ones. How we do it. We come straight to the motion and we get to it. We don't waste no time. You feel me? We don't care if I don't got my shoes on, man. I do this in my man. I'm next. Y'all next? Yeah. All right, my bad. I'm just too excited. All right. Y'all on the live right now.
Missing that work.
Yeah, go ahead and get that in.
We out here. Everybody get to it. Let's go, too. How you doing? Shit lit. I got you. Get that work. That shmoney, boy.
Ready to go. Easy. Oh my God. Freaking hit it, bro.
Slow down. Yeah. Push up, slow down. You know the vibes. Nah, we definitely gonna hit the sets. Let's see what's going on over here. Hey, Joe. Hey, you already know. Shirt about to come off. Hey, hold this. Let me get some dips in.
Man, I was about to put my shoes on, but you know what? We ain't got no time to put no shoes on. Yeah. Let's go, Peasy. Yeah. That thing not that sturdy, but Peasy making it sturdy. It's not even you, it's the weight, man. It's the weight of Versace. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit shaking, right? Hey, we about to go dummies. We probably gonna be the only ones doing push-ups out here. Well, we gonna hit those too. We gonna get it all in.
We're gonna get it in because we the only ones getting it in.
This shit gonna motivate a nigga, you heard? This is dope. Let's see what they got going on.
Three plates.
Hey, Joe. Alright, y'all, so y'all know what it is. Fuck. Hey, y'all. Hey, come. Come real quick. Come real quick. Just, I'm on live. Let me just give them a little bit.
I got you.
Give them a little bit. I'm about to get off.
Anyone else want to go for 3 plates?
Yeah.
Let's go. 1. Good. 2. Easy.
Oh, you're gonna go again?
3.
So what's
Good
the
luck. Come on. Nice. 1 more. Go.
That's what I'm saying. Catch a vibe.
No, you're right.
5.
Yeah, get in there. Get that work, man.
Keep going. Lock it up. 1.
About to get off this stream, y'all. Just saying y'all catch a vibe, you know what I mean?
Come on. Keep pulling.
It didn't work out. She's cooked. Yeah, we gotta get the homie in there. Hey. Yeah, we gonna get the homie in there. We gonna get the homie up in there.
Well done, brother. That was good. All right. 1 or 2 more attempts at 3 plates. And then I'll leave you to it. Okay, here we go.
Everybody cook.
3. Come on.
Yeah, there we go.
4. You got 5. Come on.
There we go. Yeah, get in there. You heard?